All right, you are not going to believe this story. We're going to talk about how a place famous for pancakes and rocking chairs managed to light a cultural firestorm so big it literally burned $100 million off its value. Yep, this is the story of the $100 million logo.
So we're talking about Cracker Barrel. You know the one. Roadside staple, old-timey general store, a place you take your grandma. Seems totally harmless, right?
Well, think again, because that seemingly innocent restaurant chain found itself smack in the middle of a full-blown culture war that just exploded online. And the fallout was not pretty. Their value on the stock market tanked by nearly $100 million. That's a whole lot of hash brown casserole, people. And here's the absolute wildest part of this whole thing. The meltdown, the political drama, the $100 million hit. It was all because they changed their logo. How is that even possible? Let's dig in. Okay, so Section 1, the crime scene. What did they actually do to cause this much chaos? First, you gotta understand, this wasn't just any logo. The original Cracker Barrel logo with that friendly farmer guy had been around since 1977. We're talking almost 50 years of brand recognition. It's an icon. Yeah, that guy's name is Uncle Herschel. He's chilling by his barrel. He and that classic old country store text were the entire vibe of the brand. And then, one day in 2025, poof, they were gone. And just look at the difference. It's stark. You go from the logo on the left, detailed, nostalgic, kind of cozy, to the new one on the right, which is just the name on a yellow rectangle. And that's it. The company, of course, called it a minimalist refresh. The internet, on the other hand, called it a lot of things I probably can't repeat here. The reaction was definitely not what they were hoping for. So, Section 2, the internet explodes. How does a company just messing up a logo turn into a national crisis? Well, you have to look at who got mad. And this is where the story gets really, really weird. So, the first wave of anger came from right-wing commentators. They immediately branded the new logo as woke. They started connecting it to other things, like the fact that the company had once put out rainbow rocking chairs for Pride Month, saying it was all part of a larger agenda. But here's the twist. The conservative critics who were fired up about this, they were not the only ones complaining. Not by a long shot. No, you are not seeing things. The official social media account for the Democratic Party actually chimed in. They tweeted that they also thought the rebrand sucked. For them, it wasn't about politics, it was just really bad design. And just like that, for one brief, glorious, totally bizarre moment in history, the left and the right came together in perfect harmony, united by their shared hatred of a minimalist restaurant logo. You couldn't write this stuff. All right, Section 3. Damage control. So, your stock is in a nosedive, and basically the entire internet is making fun of you. What's the plan? Well, they started with a statement on Facebook, and it was a masterclass in the corporate non-apology. You know the drill. Lots of talk about heartfelt voices and admitting they could have done a better job. So their three-step plan was pretty simple, really. Step 1, issue that vague, kind of sorta apology. Step 2, promise everyone that Uncle Herschel isn't really gone for good. He's just on vacation from the main logo. And step 3, they kept the new logo anyway. But here's the kicker. Even with all the online rage, the official company line was, everything's fine. A spokesperson actually claimed the backlash was just a vocal minority, and that customer feedback was, quote, overwhelmingly positive. Sure. Okay, last section, the takeaway. So what do we learn from this $100 million train wreck? Why did people lose their minds over a font and a yellow box? It really boils down to this. Brands aren't just companies anymore. They're like part of our identities, and their logos become these super powerful cultural symbols. So when you change one, you're not just swapping out a picture. You're messing with people's memories and feelings. And in a world where the internet amplifies everything, even pancakes can become political. Which really makes you wonder, right? In a world that feels this divided, are corporate logos the next battleground for our culture wars? So what's your take? Was this a woke rebrand gone wrong? A simple case of bad design, or just a whole lot of drama over nothing? I really want to know, so drop your opinion in the comments below. And hey, if you enjoyed this wild ride, do me a huge favor and smash that like button and subscribe for more explainers just like it. Thanks for watching.